In a 2007 interview with The Advocate, Mary J. Blige told journalist Ernest Hardy, "The majority of my fans are gay. I realized that years ago.
I've always been curious, needing someone serious, looking for someone."
It was probably during the Mary album that I realized I have so many gay fans. Divas becoming gay icons involves a certain level of confusion, where the diva doesn't fully understand why the community decided to adopt and embrace them as their role.
Why do you think you have such a strong gay following?
Because, I don't know, we love each other, that's why. I don't know, it's just, I think, I get it, you know? I get it. They get me and I get them.
But the adoption generally stems from experiences that deeply resonate with the members of the gay and queer community. The Mary album could be considered Mary's gay album for a couple of reasons. For starters, she covered the gay anthem, "Let No Man Put Us Under." But on this album, there's a song, "No Happy Holidays," that can easily be the story of a generation of Black and gay queer men's experiences with love. The opening line alone perfectly captures what the community calls DL relationships.
I can't believe after all this time I'm in love with a man who can never be mine.
Start off, what is a DL man?
I hate that term, but a DL man is a man who is simply not living his life as a queer man openly.
From a 9 to 5, you know, dating women, a man who, at the end of the day, you couldn't necessarily tell that he likes other men.
It should be noted that DL culture existed long before the 90s. But like many things, it just didn't have a name.
AIDS, the acquired immune deficiency syndrome.
And the disease known as AIDS.
The disease AIDS.
A mystery disease known as the gay plague has become an epidemic unprecedented in the history of American medicine.
Without a doubt, the AIDS epidemic of the 80s changed the public's perception of the gay community as we entered the 90s.
There are some who feel the Black community has been reluctant to confront AIDS because of the fear of further discrimination.
My people don't want anything else attached to them that is going to be an avenue to discriminate against them. So they become very...
With many people bringing to the forefront a culture that will eventually take the name as DL or undercover culture. You and I come from a similar generation, even though we're a couple or a few years apart. But for us, dealing with the DL person, man, or just being a part of that lifestyle, whether you were open or not, was considered like a rite of passage into the community at some point.
Oh, it directly connects to our obsession with DL men, our obsession with masculinity, right?
Also in the 90s, we have the emergence of hip-hop. The hyper-masculine portrayal by its artists, despite many gay and queer individuals being aware that these same artists were involved in same-sex encounters, combined with the marketed homophobia within the music, and various media figures such as Wendy Williams, who built their careers off exposing gay and queer men in music and sports.
Lucy, stop it! Denial is a river in Egypt. Your husband is gay.
All of these factors will force many men of color deeper into secrecy, choosing to live their lives as straight men.
Now all we gotta do is keep everything on the down low and everything will be cool.
And just to think, I believe one day you'll really leave like you said you would, 'cause you don't love her.
They always generally have a girlfriend.
There's this instance where, like, I was dealing with a guy and I had to cut it off real quick. I'm like, wait, let's not go down this road. Cause like they had a a girl roommate, but at the same time, never met her. So I'm like, wait, is this your girlfriend or is this just a roommate?
Listen, I've been there, right? They try to be like, oh, well, let me just do what I feel like I'm supposed to do. And then they have these whole entire families.
So he has a child.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You don't love her, but your little girl really needs you. Oh.
I'm trying to think, have I dealt with a child? Yes. I don't know, because, they'll be like, oh, can I get $20? I got to take my baby to get some.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So you've dealt with the child as well?
Yes, I have.
I always genuinely wonder what that conflict is like, because it's in most situations in life, we like to view them as black and white, either or, but it's just like, well, maybe he likes me, but he also likes her, but he can't have both. So what do you do? Which means 9 times out of 10, he's always going to choose her.
So when it comes down to it, to protect their egos, to not want to be outcast, whatever, I think a lot of black men do just say, oh, well, I'm just going to pick the woman, right? I want to pick the side, and I want to pick women, and I'm going to deal with men behind closed doors. I'm going to sneak around, this, that, and the other, and hopefully nobody ever knows.
Which brings up what I think a lyric that I feel like best encapsulates DL culture.
Your family has never met me, and you never met mine. No happy holiday.
It doesn't even have to be like that family. Like when I've been in that situation, it's literally y'all two.
And no one else, no friends. You're like, you don't get to meet their friends, their co-workers, like none of that. It's just...
The chorus spells out the loneliness one can experience by being in love all by yourself. Because a major part of DL culture is rooted in the fact that no matter how much two people love each other, the relationship will never advance to anything of substance.
Maybe it was a thrill just because, maybe I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing. They were probably in the same boat doing something they wasn't supposed to be doing. But it took a toll because it definitely ended up getting toxic. Especially knowing that, like, you kind of know your intentions or know that you don't want anything serious other than keeping me on the back burner. And so at the end of the day, I just kind of had to wake up and just be like, all right, this ain't really going nowhere. So.
The lyrics of No Happy Holidays relate to the lived experiences of many gay and queer people, but the last lines of the song also set them free.
I've been there, done that, and it's like, well, first of all, it makes you look back and say, like, I was that naive, or like, dang, I was down that bad. Like, what? Like, boy, I'm weak in the knees. Stand up. That's what it really gave. That's what it gave.
I can't fathom living this life without being number one. This is finally goodbye. I pray to God you live a happy life, 'cause loving you just ain't right.
What we realize is that she deserves someone to love her out in the open, ultimately freeing herself from being a secret. As acceptance for the LGBTQIA+ community continues to grow, many are unashamed of publicly showing their love to their partners or simply just being themselves and existing in the world. This means that many gay and queer people will not date or involve themselves with someone who will not allow them to be their 100% pure, authentic selves.
We just said enough is enough.
What changed for me is I started loving myself. And one of the things that I unpacked was like, I'm not somebody to be put on a shelf and then taken off the shelf whenever somebody gets horny at 1 a.m. in the morning. And then, oh, I miss you, blah, 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 blah.
I want to go to see you, at night. Or, I'm only going to deal with you on your terms. And I'm just like, no, wait a minute. Like, I got a good job. I got a roof over my head. Like, so
you're not going to do it again?
Do what? Deal with the DL man again? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, thank you. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. I'm good. I'm good.
You go through something 1 or 2 times just to realize, like, all right, now you see this pattern. You see how you feel at the end of the day. So you want to keep doing it. Okay, go ahead and be and look stupid. You know what I mean? In a sense. So I think that kind of brings us to where we are today. Like, nah, bro, this just can't fly.
Now we about to bring on Mary J. Blige, the queen of hip-hop soul.
When Mary J. Blige emerged on the music scene in the early 90s, she was hailed as the queen of hip-hop soul. When discussing gay icons, several soul music artists such as Aretha Franklin, Chaka Khan, and Patti LaBelle are highly regarded within the gay community. While hip-hop has long excluded gay and queer identities, Mary, as the queen of hip-hop soul, served as a bridge allowing gay and queer people to find themselves in music that did not always welcome them.
Decision by the Democratic National Convention to support same-sex marriage.
I think it's wonderful. I think that people that support love is amazing. It's love.